Good day everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cikgu Darrel, and today we shall continue on our last lesson for Unit 1 Towns and Cities, which will be on page 19 of your student's book. At the end of this lesson, you should be able to write a description of a town or city that you like. Before we go deeper into our lesson, let me go through with you first a few vocabulary that we have to know for our today's lesson. But before that, I need you to read and also at the same time jot down the words. Are you ready? Let's start. Businesses, businesses. Offices, offices. A zoo, a zoo. A castle, a castle. A beach, a beach. An old part, an old part. Shops, shops. Factories, factories. So these are the words that you need to read and jot down for today's lesson. Do you know why I want you to jot down the words that we have gone through just now? This is because it is related for our reading activity in this lesson today before we go deeper into our writing activity. Now, I want you to read this whole text and I want you to identify which words that just now you went through with me are in the text. Are you ready? Let's read together while you identify the words that we had gone through just now. Are you ready? Edinburgh is a city in the south of Scotland. It's an old city and it's got a population of about 500,000. There are a lot of shops, businesses, and monuments. I like Edinburgh because it's an interesting place and the people are really friendly. The shops here are really good and there are a lot of cinemas. My favorite places are the castle and the zoo. There are some quite nice places near Edinburgh. It's only a few kilometers from the sea and there's a very pretty beach in Portobello. There are also trains and buses to Glasgow and the north. I like Glasgow, but I think Edinburgh is more interesting. So, based on the text we have read just now, how many words that we had gone through in the previous activity can you find in this text? Shall we go through together and see how many words you get them correct? The first one is shops. The second one is businesses. The third one is castle. The fourth one is zoo. And last but not least, beach. These are among the 5 words that we had gone through just now and are spotted in the text that we have read a moment ago. Did you manage to get the same amount of words? However, what are the other words of places that you can find in this text? They are monuments, cinema, and also sea. If you look at the words in blue color, there is something that I want to revise with you first before we go to our final stage of our writing activity. What is it? It's about the position of adjective. Now, we really need to know how to place the adjective in a sentence, because if the adjectives are wrongly placed in a sentence, it will totally make the sentence become not meaningful. When an adjective and noun are together, remember, the adjective is always before the noun. I repeat, before the noun. For example, I give you a sentence. There's a beautiful beach in my town. Which word is the noun? Beach is the noun. Beautiful is the adjective. So this sentence totally applies to the statement that we have just read through. Adjective is before the noun. At the same time, I also want to go through with you about the position of adverbs of degree. When we want to use adjective, definitely we also want to tell people how strong a particular adjective is in describing a certain thing. In the previous lesson, we used really, quite, and very. But what are the conditions? We use them before the adjectives. Just now, we use adjective before the noun. Now, we use adverbs of degree before the adjective. Examples of sentence here is: the beach is really beautiful. Beautiful is the adjective, really is the adverbs of degree. You cannot say the beach is beautiful really. It totally doesn't have a meaning. Therefore, we have to put the adverbs of degree before the adjective. Now, let's try to do some little activity to make sure that you really understand the position of adjective as well as adverbs of degree. These are a sample sentence that I jumbled them into different places. Let's see if you can arrange them correctly. While I'm discussing this, I hope you can also make some short notes of the answer for this sentence. Just now I mentioned that when we want to use adjective, it must be before the noun. Which one is the adjective here? The adjective here is all, and the nouns here is buildings. So we know that adjective happens before the noun, so the answer here should be all buildings. So all buildings should stick together. Then what should be the answer? There are a lot of all buildings. Adjective and nouns definitely stick together. Just that the front there we have to arrange on our own using our knowledge that we gained from the previous lesson. Next, isn't library very big? This sentence discusses about the use of adverbs of degree and also adjective. So we can see here the adverbs of degree is very and the adjective is big. Adverbs of degree happens before the adjective. Hence, the answer here should be very big. Now, the remaining words are isn't, library, the. Hence, the correct answer should be the library isn't very big. You will have more exercise about this on Google Form later so that it will be easier for you to digest more on the use of adjective as well as adverbs of degree. Now, this is the final episode of our lesson today, which is to write about your town. How? Remember, our main objective was about to write a town that you like, but here I slightly changed the topic a little bit, which is to write about your town because you know your town the most. Hence, I choose the town that I'm currently working in. But how can we actually expand the ideas in writing about our town? Maybe these questions can help you to ponder a little bit before you start writing about your town. Where is the town or city? How big is it? Why do you like the town or city? What are your favorite places? Are there any nice places near the town or city? What transport is there? So I'm going to discuss this question one by one with you so that you can catch up each and every idea here slowly. The first question. Where is the town or city? Well, this is the question that I use to question myself when I want to write about my town. So I will take the town that I'm currently working in as an example. So I choose Limbang. Limbang is in Sarawak. So where is the town? Limbang is a town in Sarawak, Malaysia. This is the answer for my first question. How big is it? Question asks about how big. It doesn't mean that we have to give a proper measurement of that particular area, but we can try to describe the size of our town by using the population. Population means how many people in that particular town. So, I said it's got a population of about 80,000. At the same time, you can also describe the size of your town by development. What kind of development is there in Limbang? There are a lot of shops and businesses. I use this sentence to describe the massive development in Limbang, which are shops and businesses. So, these two answers later on, I'm going to put it in paragraph 1. Next, why do you like the town or city? I like Limbang because it's a peaceful place and the people are really friendly. What are your favorite places? Now you have to get to know what is so special in your town, and this could be your favorite places. My favorite places are Limbang Plaza and Bukit Mas Lakeside Garden. And these answers I'm going to put into paragraph 2 later. Next question. Are there any nice places near the town or city? So we have to tell what are the popular places in our town. I believe in every town or city, regardless of its size, whether it is big or small, there must be at least one landmark or a popular place to visit. So my answer here is, there are some nice places near Limbang. Because the question asks, are they? So it's a question that prompts you to answer yes or no. But instead of answering yes, I use there are some nice places near Limbang. So what is one of the example? There's a beautiful view on the peak of Bukit Mas. Number 6. What transport is there? There are flights available to go to Kota Kinabalu or Miri. So these answers, I'm going to put them into paragraph 3. You know why I want to group them into paragraph 1, 2, 3? Because we are going to write a sample description of our favorite town. So it must be in a composition form. When we write a composition, there should be at least 3 paragraphs. So these are the sample answers that I wrote into 3 paragraphs. Limbang is a town in Sarawak, Malaysia. It's got a population of about 80,000. There are a lot of shops and businesses. Finish paragraph 1. Next paragraph. I like Limbang because it's a peaceful place and the people are really friendly. My favorite places are Limbang Plaza and Bukit Mas Lakeside Garden. Finish paragraph 2. And last but not least, there are some nice places near Limbang. There's a beautiful view on the peak of Bukit Mas. There are flights available to go to Kota Kinabalu or Miri. So the answers from the question just now, I compiled it and divided them into 3 paragraphs, and that will make a short, simple and sweet essay for you as a good beginning of writing composition. So that's the end of our lesson today. This is a QR code for you to scan to do the Google Form exercise straight away. Or if you cannot scan the QR code, you can just feel free to go to the video description and press on the link to do the exercise straight away. And if you're a teacher and you would like to make a copy of this Google Form exercise, feel free to just scan the QR code to do so, or go to the video description as usual. Please visit my Facebook page Cikgu Darrel and give it a like if possible, as well as subscribe my YouTube channel. Don't forget to press the bell right beside the subscribe button so that you will always get updated with the first-hand video whenever I update my playlist. With that, I would like to thank you for watching and I shall see you at the next unit. Bye!